through proper format. Through proper format. Okay. So these skills will be covered today. Next week. Actually, this video will be uploaded to the YouTube also. So did not do you always take the screenshot and all these things. Listen, keep listening what I am saying also. Later on, if you say I can provide the pictures also of this presentation next week. Now directly go to the financial statements. So we have financial statements already. We have discussed which are the various financial statements. Now go to the formats. This is what called the format of a manufacturing account. The format of a manufacturing account. Now we have four types of formats. Look at here. First one is manufacturing account. Second one is trading account. Next to it profit loss account. Next to it profit loss appropriation account. Next to it balance sheet. Okay. The things. So very much important part of financial statement is this format of the financial statements. System is little bit slow with the networks. The presentation is not commensurating with the networks. This is manufacturing account. Look at now some key points I will be stating. You have to note down manufacturing accounts. Give a heading of this manufacturing account. First of all, reply me once who cannot understand Hindi at all. Just that person cannot understand Hindi at all. इसको बिल्कुल भी हिंदी समझ में नहीं आएगा. वो माइक ऑन करके थोड़ा रिप्लाई कर.
क्या सर जिसको बिल्कुल भी
हिंदी नहीं आएगा. दैट मीन्स कि समटाइम्स हम हिंदी में भी कुछ बता सकते हैं, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि कुछ चीजें मतलब ऐसे कौन से स्टूडेंट मतलब लर्नर्स यहाँ हैं जिसको हिंदी समझ में नहीं आता, वो रिप्लाई करेंगे. ओके, दैट मींस इज अज्यूम दैट ऑल कैन अंडरस्टैंड बिकॉज़ कुछ चीजें होते हैं अकाउंटिंग्स के कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट होते हैं जो अकाउंटिंग बैकग्राउंड के नहीं होंगे, उनको समझाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. जैसे कि नेट कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड, ओके, नेट कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट, हम उनको समझाते समझाते पूरा ये सेशन खत्म हो जाएगा. दैट्स व्हाई कुछ एक चीज होते हैं जो हिंदी में हमको बोलना पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज माय मीडियम ऑफ टीचिंग इज ऑलवेज इन इंग्लिश. ओके, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट की पॉइंट्स राइट डाउन. इट इज prepared by मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनीज ओनली. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनीज ओनली. ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी ही ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट बनाएंगे. जो ट्रेडिंग होते हैं मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी, दैट मींस जो नाइकी, जो निकी शूज बनाते हैं, जो मोबाइल फोन्स बनाते हैं, जो कंप्यूटर गैजेट्स बनाते हैं, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी. ट्रेडिंग कंपनी दैट मींस जो कपड़े के व्यापार करते हैं, जो मोबाइल सेल परचेज करते हैं, वो ट्रेडिंग कंपनी. तो यहाँ पर ट्रेडिंग कंपनी इसको नहीं बनाते हैं ये, क्योंकि आपको ये 4 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन आपको मिलने वाला है नेक्स्ट वीक. चलिए, ट्रेडिंग बिजनेस नहीं बनाते हैं. एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट्स का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होता है, लिख लीजिए आप. ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है to ascertain cost of goods sold, right? COGS means cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold ascertain is the ultimate objective of the मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट. जिसके हर एक अकाउंट ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है ना, कल हम बताए प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट का ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है नेट प्रॉफिट ascertain करना. बैलेंस शीट का ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन को रिफ्लेक्ट करना. सो हियर वी विल फाइंड फॉर द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट विल बी ascertain cost of goods sold. Look at it. So finally here we have the result also, ascertain cost of goods sold. Next week. Now manufacturing account prepared at cost. सबसे पहले ये बनाया जाता है, ये ट्रायल बैलेंस से बनाया जाता है. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट प्रिपेयर्ड फ्रॉम द ट्रायल बैलेंस. नेक्स्ट वीक. My pen is not working. Expenses debited. Small problem I have. I am seeing it. Right. Pen not calculated. Expenses debited and सारे इनकम्स क्रेडिटेड. यहाँ पर तो इनकम कुछ होते ही नहीं है, सबको एक्सपेंसेस डेबिट होते हैं. और फाइनली यू विल गेट द फाइनल रिजल्ट कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड. जस्ट दिस थिंग्स यू हैव टू राइट फॉर द फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन, नथिंग एल्स. नेक्स्ट वीक. नाउ लुक एट हियर. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्टार्ट्स विद, क्योंकि आपको कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड निकालना है. कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड का मतलब आप समझ लीजिए, the cost of entire goods sold. Pen is not working properly for a given period. Next week. Now look at the debit side. In the debit side, all the expenses are debited. Likewise, first of all, obviously, कोई भी accounts opening stocks start of opening stock of work in progress, raw material consumed, direct expenses, factory expenses, and so many factory rents, etc. Expenses are there, which are all of the maximum expenses are the direct expenses. And next to it, right side, अगर कुछ closing stock आपके होंगे तो by closing work in progress, finally you will get the cost of goods sold. The objective of this manufacturing account is to ascertain the cost of goods sold. Next is trading account. Now we just come to trading account. So here trading account, so write down just two, three things. Trading account number two. Trading account prepared by the trading concern, and manufacturing concern. That means ये account both trading and manufacturing business के द्वारा बनाया जाता है. Trading account. Next week. Again prepared from trial balance. Number three. Prepared at second stage. Next to it, nominal account in nature. आपके मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट का कोई नेचर नहीं होता है. कोई लिखा हुआ है कुछ बुक में नॉमिनल अकाउंट, रियल अकाउंट है, बट वहां कोई भी एक्सपेंडिचर के हिसाब नहीं होता है. वहां से कॉस्ट ऑफ द गुड्स सोल्ड होता है. दैट्स व्हाई इसका नेचर नहीं दिखा जाता है. ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट नॉमिनल अकाउंट इन नेचर. नेक्स्ट इट एक्सपेंसेस. राइट डाउन एक्सपेंसेस आर डेबिटेड. यहाँ पर जो एक्सपेंसेस आप लिखिएगा के ऊपर लिख दो डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस डेबिटेड. डायरेक्ट इनकम्स आर क्रेडिटेड. Okay, again I'm repeating. Direct expenses are debited, direct incomes are credited. Main thing you have to mention, what is the objective. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? देखिए ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट का लास्ट में, चलिए आप देखते हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, लास्ट में क्या सेटल हुआ. बाय ग्रॉस लॉस, एंड लेफ्ट साइड देखो बाय ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट. द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट इज टू प्रिपेयर ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट और ग्रॉस लॉस. These are the things. These much of things you have to write. Next thing, look at here. When you are opening your shop, first thing, what you will find the opening stock. First thing, before purchasing anything, before selling anything, first what you will find? You will find the opening stock. That's it. Opening stock comes at first in trading account, and opening work in progress comes at first in मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट. ऑब्वियसली बात है, टू ओपनिंग स्टॉक. नेक्स्ट आप क्या करोगे अगर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट से कुछ ट्रांसफर होकर के आया है? नेक्स्ट इज डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस. डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस मींस व्हाट? इन अ सिंगल सेंटेंस आई वांट टू स्टेट हियर डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस का मतलब क्या है. एक्सपेंसेस फॉर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, एंड परचेजिंग द प्रोडक्ट्स. आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए या फिर परचेजिंग के लिए जो भी आप खर्चा करेंगे वो सारे खर्चे को डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस कहा जाएंगे. वंस चेक इट. कैरेज, फ्रेट, इंश्योरेंस, वेजेस, फ्यूल, कोल, गैस, etc. Expense for the manufacturing and after import duty, all these expenditure occurred at the time of purchase. Royalty for production, manufacturing expense, excise duty, dock charges. All these expenses are related to two things. One is manufacturing, another is purchase. तो एक्सपेंसेस जो भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड परचेज के लिए होंगे वो डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस कहला जाएंगे, और जो भी डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस होंगे वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. ये देखिए ऊपर हम लिख दिए डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंस. My pen is not. Just wait. I'm coming back. Just a minute. I'm coming back. I'm there. Okay, not on a big issue. Direct expenses. Next to it, on the credit side, direct incomes. Right, the direct income. Which are called the direct incomes. But sales less return. The only direct incomes in this world is or any incomes directly involved in case of sales. Those are called the indirect incomes. Direct incomes, so many direct expenditures are there, but direct income is given that is sales और कुछ रिटर्न में तो लेस करके लिखेंगे. नेक्स्ट वीक कुछ अगर abnormal loss होता है, abnormal loss like loss of fire, loss by accident, loss by theft, that will be credited. Obviously, if purchase will be debited, then loss will be credited. Next week closing stock. Look at it. Trading account starts with the opening stock and trading account at last is placed with the closing stock. Obvious thing is that when you are opening your shop, you will find the opening stock the place. When you are closing your shop, that you will find the closing stock of goods. That's why सबसे पहले opening stock आता है, सबसे बाद में closing stock आता है. With this, our trading account depend now we will find the result gross profit or gross loss. Okay, gross profit कब होंगे? When credit side is more, debit side is less. That means income side ज्यादा होंगे और expenditure side कम. Gross loss कब हो सकते हैं?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, your
yes.
voice is not clear. Sir, it's echoing a little bit, so it's not clear.
Going. Thanks for confirmation. Presentation is visible. Please turn on your mic. Presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
I am visible. My picture is shown to you. Just turn on your mic. Anyone else? I'm visible to you or not?
Yes, sir, you are visible, sir, as well as the presentations.
Okay.
But there is a
now the
there is
video.
a there is a bit noise on you. They are kind of echoing. That's it.
Understand. Okay. After this, I will fix it. No problem. This is okay. Now we end with the trading account. Just give me 1 minute to fix it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks for confirmation. अभी expected कि no any problem will face. Just check me. I'm coming back. Profit and loss account. Next to it, the profit and loss account. Understand the points? Next to it, write down. So profit and loss account. Oh, pen is also fixed. What can I do? Next to it, profit and loss account. First of all, it is prepared at third stage for manufacturing concern, and at the second stage for the trading concern. Number 2,
Sir, it is okay if you don't write also. You can just dictate to us. I mean, if everybody is okay.
Okay, no problem at all. Now pen also is working, no problem. अभी लिख सकते हैं हम, कोई बात नहीं, चलिए
They are also
नेक्स्ट
okay.
रीड. ओके, थैंक्स फॉर कंफर्मेशन. कभी कभी इशू होते हैं, टेक्निकली प्रॉब्लम. वही तो, ऑनलाइन तो दुनिया हो गया, लेकिन क्या करें, इंडिया तो उतना स्पीड फर्स्ट नहीं हुआ ना. आगे देखो, तो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, यहाँ पर नंबर 2, all the expenses, just write down indirect expenses. All the indirect expenses are debited and all the indirect incomes are credited. Just one thing you have to mark here: indirect expenses, indirect income. These technical things you have to write down. So on the debit side, I am writing indirect expenses and indirect incomes. Indirect incomes. No, now my pen problem has fixed. No problem. Next read number 3. What is the objective? When you are writing an answer, you must mention what is the objective of that format. Look at here. What is the objective of this format? Just need to page down. Net profit, or else you may occur net loss also. Here net loss also. So objective is net profit or net loss. Number 4, prepared from trial balance.
So can you just repeat the first point?
Obviously, all the points I am repeating, please speed up. Number 1, it is prepared at third stage for manufacturing concern, and second stage for trading concern. Number 2, just note down the hints. Okay, understand, because you have no time to mug up the whole syllabus, the whole book, and you need not also. The exact things which will be examined, I will be stating you. The direct thing is that you need not to go through the entire syllabus and all these things. Just write down the hints, and you all are the educated and matured guys. You can elaborate the answer, no problem. Indirect expenses debit, indirect incomes credit. That much only. Just write down. Next to it, objective, net profit or net loss. Next to it, prepared from trial balance. Next to it, starts with gross profit or loss. ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट और लॉस डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन अच्छा होता है. यहाँ पर देखो, सबसे पहले ग्रॉस लॉस, या फिर राइट साइड आप देख सकते हो ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट और ग्रॉस लॉस से ये स्टार्ट होता है, और फाइनली नेट प्रॉफिट और नेट लॉस पे एंड होता है. तो राइट डाउन, स्टार्ट्स विद ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट ग्रॉस लॉस, एंड्स विद net profit net loss. So I can just only dictate, understand the points. My handwriting will not be visible because it's very much difficult to write through the computer media. Understand the point? So अब जिसको डिक्टेट कर रहे हैं हम, जिसको लिखना है लिख सकते हो. Understand the points? जिसको बस सुनना है सुन सकते हो. Now look at here. All these are the indirect expenses. Just one thing, which are called the indirect expenses. One trick is there. You need not to mug up all the concept. Besides the factory, not down this, besides the factory and purchasing expenses, all are the indirect expenses. So only hints is that factory and purchasing, फैक्ट्री और परचेजिंग को छोड़ करके जो भी एक्सपेंसेस है सारे इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस है. फॉर एग्जांपल वो कौन से एक्सपेंसेस हो सकते हैं? जस्ट लुक एट टू ऑफिस एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेस. अंडरस्टैंड? To office and administrative expenses, to selling and distribution expenses, no doubt. Next to it, to finance expenses, to abnormal losses. Implies that फैक्ट्री के बाहर कौन कौन से खर्चे हो सकते हैं, आप एक बार देख लो. Office expenses are there besides the factory. Selling expenses are there because you have to incur the expenses for office also, for selling and distribution also, for marketing also, for advertisement also. There are so many provisions. I'm sorry. I'm coming. Next to it, financing expenses are also there. Abnormal expenses are also there. All these are the indirect expenses. Next to it, indirect incomes. Indirect incomes. Look at here. The only hints for the indirect incomes for the 2-mark question, listen here. Besides the direct sales, तो डायरेक्ट सेल्स को
So not able to hear your voice. Some disturbance is coming in between.
Say your microphone has some problem. Excuse me, sir, you are not audible, sir.
Sir, we are not able to listen what you are saying because might be there's something in the microphone. So the voice is not clear.
सर रोबोट की आवाज आ रही है
So we can't hear you.
That's a profit and loss appropriation account. इसका सीधा और हिंदी मतलब यही है कि जो प्रॉफिट और लॉस हमारे हुआ उसको हम कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे. Yes, anyone asking anything? Anyone asking anything? Otherwise,
So in between your voice was not coming. Some problem was there. I don't know. Everybody was not able to listen you. Your microphone's disturbance or something was coming.
now I am audible. Also still problem.
Yes, sir. Now it is okay because like everybody was saying, I think you were also not able to listen us.
Let me check the network. Just confirm me whether at this moment I am audible properly or not.
Yes, sir. Now properly.
Okay, when I will not be audible, please confirm. Understand the point? Please keep confirming me. Thanks. Next, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अप्रोप्रिएशन अकाउंट. प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अप्रोप्रिएशन अकाउंट मींस प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस जो हुआ उसको हम कैसे अप्रोप्रिएट करेंगे. दैट मींस हाउ इट विल बी डेल्ट विद, हाउ इट विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अमंग द पार्टनर्स. दिस इज द एक्चुअल थिंग. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, ये आफ्टर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट बनाया जाता है. आफ्टर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट
Sir, again some disturbance is coming from your side.
Yes, I'm not audible now clearly.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Actually, the thing is that today there is a problem from the server. I'm available with a good network condition. Now just I can check that there is a good network condition of Airtel 4G. Just confirm me whether I am audible.
Yes, sir. You are audible
Now,
now, sir.
now you're audible, sir.
Just one thing. Okay, you all stay with the line. I'm exiting this thing and again coming back. Let me check which is the actual problem. Just a single minute. I'm coming. Anyone?
Yes,
Please
sir.
confirm me whether. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Actually, there's a little bit problem from the network side. I don't know what's going on. Okay, next is balance sheet. Look at here, balance sheet. Now, what is the technical meaning of the balance sheet? I can say that. What is the technical meaning of the balance sheet? You have read so many definitions. You know so many meanings also. But balance sheet is simply, I can write here a sheet of balances, sheet of balances not coming under any other financial statements, not coming under any other financial statements. तो बैलेंस शीट सिंपली मीन्स ये एक सीट है, सीट मीन्स स्टेटमेंट जो कि दैट कंटेन्स द बैलेंसेस, जो कि बाकी कोई फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में नहीं आते. लुक एट कैपिटल, ये लाइबिलिटीज, ऑल दीज आर द एसेट्स. नाउ आई विश टू शो यू in the trading account. Expenses are there, incomes are there. In the profit and loss account, expenses, incomes are there. Okay, not even in the profit and loss appropriation account. That means assets, liabilities and all other balances जो कि बाकी कोई accounts में नहीं आते हैं, यहाँ पे balances जो भी बचे हुए हैं आते हैं. That's why it is a state of all the sheet of the all balances. उसीलिए उसका नाम बैलेंस शीट कहा जाता है. उसके बाद दूसरा कुछ आता है. ठीक ना? Okay, I'm coming back to you. Next to it, so balance sheet simply means a statement of liabilities and assets. So liabilities, this is the conventional format of balance sheet. Remember it, conventional format. That means it is the traditional format of balance sheet. तो 1956 कंपनीज एक्ट जब शुरू हुआ था तब ये बैलेंस शीट इसी हिसाब से चल रहा था. आजकल चेंज हो गया. बोथ आई विल शो यू द बोथ टाइप ऑफ बैलेंस शीट. लुक एट इट. द ट्रेडिशनल फॉर्म ऑफ बैलेंस शीट, इट इज प्रिपेयर्ड बाय द सोल प्रोप्राइटर्स एंड द पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म्स, नॉट बाय द कंपनीज. ये कंपनीज के द्वारा प्रिपेयर नहीं होते. क्यों? बिकॉज कंपनीज स्ट्रिक्टली रन अंडर द कंपनीज एक्ट 2013. सो कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 के हिसाब से बैलेंस शीट बनाए जाएंगे. दैट इज समथिंग एल्स. फर्स्ट लुक एट दिस. दिस इज अ सिंपल कन्वेंशनल ट्रेडिशनल फॉर्मेट ऑफ बैलेंस शीट. A small business concern or a small trading can follow this balance sheet. Okay. Left side we just place the liabilities, right side we place the assets. Again, Mathu, please confirm me whether I am audible properly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next is now liabilities. Remember one thing, the first, foremost and the biggest liability of the business is capital. This is most asked interview question. Why you place the capital on the liability side? As you have provided this much of fund to the business. तो ये liabilities में क्यों आएंगे? It is liability for the business, not for me. This is the biggest concept. Capital is liability for the business. Business is an independent person. Owner is a third party for the business. Owners जो भी पैसा देते हैं बिजनेस को, that is regarded as the liability for the business and asset for the owner. That's why capital entirely purely borrowed from someone else by the business, and business is regarded here a person. That's why capital is the liability. Otherwise capital खुद का पैसा liability क्यों होता है? So liability, next to it, लाइबिलिटी साइड में और क्या आएंगे देखो. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कैपिटल. अगर नेट प्रॉफिट में आपका कुछ प्रॉफिट लॉस हुआ है तो वार्डलेस हो जाएंगे. ड्रॉइंग्स, अगर कुछ पैसा आप ड्रॉ किए हो तो उसको माइनस कर दोगे, क्योंकि व्हेन यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग दैट इज कैपिटल, व्हेन यू आर विथड्रॉइंग दैट इज ड्रॉइंग्स, दैट विल बी डिडक्टेड. वेरी मच सिंपल थिंग. व्हेन यू आर कीपिंग मनी okay on the box, that will be added. When you are withdrawing, that will be deducted. Very much simple thing. The long term liabilities, उसके बाद current liabilities. The first liability is capital, second long term liability, third is current liabilities. Long term liability means the liabilities tenure of which is generally 3 to 5 years, like bank loan, loan from bank, mortgage loan. These are long term liability. Current liability means borrowings, etc. Bank overdraft for 25,000. Outstanding expenses, that means expenses we have not paid to the shopkeeper. Income received in advance, yes, this is a liability. Listen here. If we have a merchant shop, we just borrow little much amount from our friend that will be borrowing for us. Next to it, income received in advance. That means suppose we have not provided garments to Mr. Das. We just kept advance money from Mr. Das. That will be liability for the business because you have not provided the products. Still, you have received an income. That's why that is your liability. Why? Because you are now liable to return that much of money to Mr. Das, or else you have to provide the garments to the Mr. Das. So any income received in advance, that is liability. Bills payable, like suppose for small thing, bills payable means in actually which are called the bills, the documentary bills, okay, the legal bills like promissory notes, bills of exchange, commercial paper. For the simplification of the things, listen here, anything payable, that is liability, whether bills payable or expenditure payable. Sundry creditor, creditors means the person who provided us the goods on credit, तो वो हमारा liability हो गए. Simple thing, liability के hints आप लिख लो. Those who are beginner, those who have already read become properly, they need not. Liability means anything payable or liable to pay. Anything payable or liable to pay. This is called liability. Next to it, assets. Assets means owned. Asset means owned or receivable. Owned or receivable. Two hints are only. I am giving you the two hints to recognizing the assets. Either you owned any property or receivable. That means two things are there. Look at here. Fixed assets, land, building, water, etc., furniture, patents, trademarks, all these are owned things. Now I'm giving you example. Receivables are the assets, like bills receivable, market securities receivable, or we can say the sundry debtor. What is meant by the sundry debtors? Now debtors means the person to whom we have provided goods on credit. जिसको हम goods दिए हैं credit में, वो होते हैं debtors. Now listen, what is the difference between the creditor and the debtor? Creditors means those suppliers who provided us the goods on credit, तो वो हमारे liability हो गए, उधारी दिए हम. Debtors means those persons, those customers to whom we have provided the goods on credit. That's why वो हमारे assets हो गए. Simple thing. अगर किसी को देना हो तो liability, अगर किसी से कुछ पाना हो तो assets. So person can only, person भी asset हो सकते हैं, events भी asset हो सकते हैं, commodities भी asset हो सकते हैं, और आपकी कुछ भी transactions भी asset हो सकते हैं. Simple concept. Receivables are assets, payable are the liabilities. Now balance sheet के आपके जो राइट हैंड साइड, यहाँ पर क्रेडिट साइड आप नहीं कहोगे बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट एन अकाउंट. राइट हैंड साइड पे एसेट्स आ जाएंगे, आपकी लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पर यहाँ पर लायबिलिटीज आ जाएंगे. एंड फाइनली देयर विल बी नो बैलेंस. यहाँ नीचे आप देखिए देयर विल बी नो बैलेंस, यहाँ पर देयर विल बी नो बैलेंस बिकॉज दिस इज बैलेंस शीट मीन्स ऑटो बैलेंस्ड. As we are preparing a sheet of the balances, that's why it will be automatically balanced. Understand the point? यहाँ आपको कुछ भी बैलेंस देखने को नहीं मिलेंगे. क्यों? Due to the accounting concept. हम हर एक कॉन्सेप्ट में आपको क्यों की जवाब दे रहे हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि अकाउंटिंग इक्वेशन कहते हैं टोटल एसेट्स इक्वल टू टोटल लायबिलिटी, और ये हम कल आपको प्रूव करके दिखाएं. Total asset at any point of time is equal to total liability. Hence, total liability is equal to the total assets. Differentiate नहीं होंगे. अगर हो रहे हैं तो आप कहीं ना कहीं अकाउंट्स को गलत किए हो, तो अगर जहां पर भी डिफरेंस हो गए वहां पर लिखा जाता है सस्पेंस अकाउंट. सस्पेंस अकाउंट, कुछ डिफरेंस हो रहे हैं तो ये सस्पेंस अकाउंट ऑडिटर चेक करेंगे, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम कहीं हुआ है तो वो फाइंड आउट करते हैं, वो डिक्टेट करते हैं वो सस्पेंस अकाउंट. अगर डिक्टेट नहीं हो पाया तो आपको एक नोट्स में लिख करके आपको देना होगा कि सस्पेंस अकाउंट हुआ है, व्हिच विल बी रेक्टिफाइड. अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट्स? और ऑडिट से पहले ये आपको क्लियर करना होगा. नेक्स्ट, फॉर्मेट ऑफ द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. अभी आते हैं हम मॉडल कॉन्सेप्ट. आपको एग्जाम में जब सवाल पूछे जाएंगे, सिंपल, यस, एनीवन आस्किंग एनीथिंग? Am I audible, dear audience? Sir, madam, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Next to it, format of the profit and loss account. Now listen, this is the format in vertical form. क्यों हम फॉर्मेट्स को ज्यादा एम्फासिस देके पढ़ा रहे हैं? बाकी जो भी कॉन्सेप्ट है अभी 1 आवर में कंप्लीट होंगे, लेकिन फॉर्मेट्स को हम 1 आवर लेंगे. क्यों? बिकॉज यू विल फाइंड द important questions from the formats, financial statements. Note down those questions. Note down. Which are the various financial statements as per Companies Act 2013. हालांकि first note down, which are the various financial statements as per the Companies Act 2013. हालांकि ये चीज आपकी बुक में नहीं है, आपकी बुक में as per Companies Act 1956 दिया हुआ है, जो कि 10 साल पहले 10 years पहले एक्सपायर हो चुका है. फिर भी हमारा दुनिया और हमारे मटेरियल अभी भी एक्सपायर नहीं हुए हैं, अभी भी वैलिड है. कोई बात नहीं, चलिए हम बताते हैं इसका स्क्रीनशॉट.
So your voice is not coming.
I'm not saying anything. I'm coming back to you. Actually, there's an official call, na? That's why I have to monitor. Now I'm audible. Please.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes or no? But audience answer. What are you watching on the screen? क्या देख रहे हो स्क्रीन में? Hello, audience.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, आप क्या देख रहे हो अभी स्क्रीन में? What are you watching on the screen? Please confirm me.
Format profit and loss account.
Okay, very good. Thanks.
So format of
Actually, I am testing the network and my presentation. Format of the profit and loss account. This is the vertical format. Look at your vertical format as per Companies Act 2013 Schedule 3. As per Companies Act 2013 Schedule 3. So, if question is silent, if only you asked with to prepare the to show the format of profit and loss account in the examination, you have to prepare this one. Understand the point? You have to prepare this one. If you will text me or message me, I can send the statement also. Next. Now format of the profit and loss account. पहले टी शेप का फॉर्मेट था, नाउ ये वर्टिकल फॉर्मेट है. वर्टिकल फॉर्मेट, अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट? वो हॉरिजॉन्टल फॉर्म ऑफ फॉर्मेट था, अब ये वर्टिकल फॉर्म ऑफ फॉर्मेट हो गया. सेम थिंग, सेम एलिमेंट्स आर देयर, जस्ट चेंज हो गया. नाउ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, यहाँ पर लिखे जाएंगे स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. नेक्स्ट इज पार्ट 2. ओके, पार्ट 2 ऑफ शेड्यूल 3. दैट मींस एक्ट में लिखा हुआ है ये शेड्यूल 3, कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 में. नेम ऑफ द कंपनी फर्स्ट आप लिखोगे, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस स्टेटमेंट फॉर द ईयर एंडेड. ओके, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस स्टेटमेंट फॉर द ईयर एंडेड. कौन सा ईयर एंडेड है? जैसे कि 31 मार्च 2020. रुपीज इन लाख, सब यहाँ पे लिखे जाएंगे रुपीज इन लाख. ये फिर से ये कहां से स्टार्ट होते हैं? फर्स्ट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट ये स्टार्ट होते हैं रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन, दैट मींस सेल्स. आपके जो मेन बिजनेस जो है उसके रेवेन्यू, सेल्स. नेक्स्ट अदर इनकम. अदर इनकम मींस या डिविडेंड्स. ओके, डिविडेंड्स, commissions, etc. Understand? Next to it, total revenue. Simple thing. First sales, other incomes, then total revenue. So here we will get the total revenue. Now these are the expenses. Simple thing. फर्स्ट टी फॉर्मेट और हॉरिजॉन्टल शेप में हम इनकम्स को क्रेडिट साइड लिख रहे थे, एक्सपेंडिचर को डेबिट साइड लिख रहे थे. यहाँ पे इनकम्स को ऊपर लिखे जाएंगे, एक्सपेंडिचर को नीचे लिखे जाएंगे. बहुत ज्यादा कुछ बदलाव नहीं है. एक्सपेंसेस फर्स्ट क्या होंगे? कॉस्ट ऑफ मटेरियल कंज्यूम्ड, पहले मटेरियल के एक्सपेंडिचर आएंगे, फिर परचेज आप कुछ किए हो, दैट मींस ये मटेरियल होंगे, ये कुछ परचेज किए आप. नेक्स्ट वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस और स्टॉक इन ट्रेड कुछ चेंज हुआ है. एम्प्लॉय बेनिफिट एक्सपेंसेस, only the terminology has changed, not the concept of debit credit change. लैंग्वेज चेंज होते हैं, दुनिया के कॉन्सेप्ट चेंज नहीं होते, हालात चेंज होते हैं, कॉन्सेप्ट चेंज नहीं होते. There is a confirmation from the center that yes, class is being conducted. Employee benefit expenses simply means we can say salary, wages. Okay, simply means we can say salary, wages. Next to it, any type of employee benefit, compensation. Next to it, finance cost. Finance cost are interest. We already have discussed finance cost, interest, commission, etc. Depreciation and amortization expenses. Depreciation means the decrease in value of assets. Assets जो भी आप मोबाइल खरीदे हो वो हर साल आप मोबाइल की वैल्यू कम हो जाता है. That is loss for the business. That is expenditure for the business. That is what called the depreciation. Other expenses. उसके बाद क्या होगा? नेक्स्ट टोटल एक्सपेंसेस माइनस कर दोगे. नाउ प्रॉफिट, पहले आपका निकलेगा प्रॉफिट बिफोर एक्सेप्शनल आइटम. ये ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर नॉट नेसेसरी. प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स, पहले निकला जाएगा प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स, पीबीटी. नेक्स्ट टैक्स एक्सपेंसेस, करेंट कुछ होगा और कुछ पहले सबका पेंडिंग होगा, माइनस कर दोगे तो आपकी निकलेगा प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स. यहाँ पे देखो प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स. अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट. Next, profit loss for the period. Next to earning per share, basic diluted. All these are the legal purpose. ठीक है. Earning per share, profit before tax, after tax will be discussed in few minutes. The format of the balance sheet. Next, again, this is the modern format. This is as per the Companies Act 2013. Understand? So here you can say the vertical format. In exam, you may be asked, please write down, please state the vertical format of the balance sheet. That means, or else, you may be asked, balance sheet as per Companies Act 2013. Companies Act 2013. So this is the format of the balance sheet. First, we have studied the horizontal form of balance sheet. This is vertical form of balance sheet. In upcoming few minutes, there are so many good concepts are there, interesting concepts are there, which are very much essential from the examination point of view. So please keep watching my session. Okay, and the layout is prepared in accordance to the interest of the audience. So format of the balance sheet. Now look at its vertical format means, पहले क्या होता था? प्लीज ऑडियंस आंसर. assets कौन से साइड पे आते थे और लाइबिलिटी कौन से साइड पे आते थे? assets are placed on which side? Please answer.
Assets on
Right
right
side.
side and liability on left
On
side.
the left side. But look at here. What is the distinction? What is the difference in this? Simple thing. Equity and liabilities. Liabilities are placed on the top. Next to it, assets are, look at assets placed on the bottom. राइट साइड पे हम लिख रहे थे एसेट्स, लेफ्ट साइड में लिख रहे थे लाइबिलिटी. सिंपल मींस लाइबिलिटी ऊपर चले गए, एसेट्स नीचे चले गए. कॉन्सेप्ट इज द सेम, डेबिट क्रेडिट इज द सेम, फॉर्मेट चेंज हो गए. सीधी बात है, वो पुराना फॉर्मेट में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं था. चेंज क्यों हुआ? बिकॉज ए लेमैन, ए कॉमन मैन कैन अंडरस्टैंड द बैलेंस शीट. क्योंकि डेबिट क्रेडिट का कॉन्सेप्ट सबको नहीं आता है, लेफ्ट राइट कॉन्सेप्ट सबको नहीं आता. सो इन ऑर्डर टू मेक ऑल दीज थिंग्स make understandable by the layman, ऐसा चेंज किया गया है. ऐसा जो कंपनी लॉ बोर्ड का ऐसा मतलब गाइडेंस है, सर्कुलर है, बट हमें ऐसा लगा नहीं, कुछ फायदा ही नहीं उस चेंज का. एसेट्स देखिए ऑन द टॉप, सो एसेट सबसे पहले एसेट में नॉन करेंट एसेट, तो लैंग्वेज चेंज. नॉन करेंट एसेट मींस the temporary asset, non-current asset means fixed asset. So fixed asset are placed first. Tangible, intangible assets, intangible under development. Tangible assets means the physical assets you are watching. Intangible assets means goodwill, etc., patents, etc., which are invisible. Patents, or you can say the softwares. So softwares are the assets. What these are not visible, na? Physically visible. That's the intangible asset. Intangible assets under development. That means a software under development. तो सॉफ्टवेयर बना रहे हो अंडर डेवलपमेंट, दैट इज आल्सो एसेट. कैपिटल वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस मींस कोई बिल्डिंग आपका बन रहा है. नॉन करेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट, दैट मींस परमानेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट. दिस इज इन्वेस्टमेंट इज एसेट. टैक्स कुछ मिलने वाले हैं. लॉन्ग टर्म लोन्स एंड एडवांसेस, लुक एट हियर. लॉन्ग टर्म लोन्स एंड एडवांसेस एसेट कैसे हो गया? जस्ट एनीवन कंफर्म मी, कोई भी एक आंसर लगाओ. लॉन्ग टर्म लोन्स एंड एडवांसेस एसेट कैसे हुआ?
Sir, because the loan which we are giving will be getting back in the next few years.
Very good, thanks. Just here, long term loans and advances, this is a confusional terminology. You may be agree with me, long term advances लिखना चाहिए था. Yes, long term advances to others. So that means loans taken by company is the liability. Am I right? Loans given, loans provided by the company to some third party are the assets for the business. Anything payable liability, anything receivable asset. तो यहाँ पर एडवांसेस हम किसी और को दिए हैं, तो यहाँ पर हमारे एडवांसेस जो है वो एसेट्स हो गए. सो मेनी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर देयर. नेक्स्ट वीक नॉन करंट एसेट और भी जरूर. करंट एसेट्स आपको पता है जो एसेट्स हैं टेम्पररी बेसिस में एसेट्स. ट्रेड रिसीवेबल आपको मिल जाएंगे. क्या क्या सबका टेम्पररी एसेट होता है? अदर करंट एसेट. सो सिंपल थिंग, फर्स्ट आएंगे लॉन्ग टर्म एसेट्स, फिर आएंगे करंट एसेट्स. नेक्स्ट वीक लायबिलिटी साइड, sorry, liability side already covered. The first lesson, what is the first lesson summary? Understand the points? This is the extraordinary thing I have prepared for you. Actually इतना टाइम नहीं होते, नहीं तो क्लासरूम सेशन में समरी रहता है, कीवर्ड्स रहता है, की पॉइंट्स रहता है, हिंट्स रहता है, पिक्चर रहता है, डायग्राम रहता है. मेरा 2 आवर्स का एक सेशन, मतलब सेशन में बहुत कुछ चीजें रहते हैं, लेकिन आज यू आर द डिस्टेंस लर्नर, सो इतने टाइम्स हमारे पास नहीं होते हैं. हियर इज व्हाट वी लर्न. पहले बात, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स को क्यों बनाए थे? बाय ऑल फॉर्म ऑफ बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाते हैं ड्यू टू ऑपरेटिंग रिजल्ट्स ऑफ द बिजनेस टू नो द फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन. ऑपरेटिंग रिजल्ट्स आपकी क्या हो रहे हैं आपकी कंपनी में, फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन किस हिसाब से चल रही है, इसको जानने के लिए सबको फॉर्म इसको बनाना पड़ता है. बैलेंस शीट क्या चीज है ना, एसेट और लायबिलिटी का एक समरी है. और कैपिटल और रेवेन्यू को क्यों हम डिस्टिंग्विश करेंगे, ताकि टू करेक्ट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस कैलकुलेशन करने के लिए, टू फेयर व्यू ऑफ द बिजनेस. तो इसके लिए हमको कैपिटल और रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर हमको जानना पड़ेगा. क्यों ऐसा? बिकॉज जो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर होंगे वो हो जाते हैं एसेट्स, जो रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर होते हैं वो होते हैं एक्सपेंसेस. If you fail to recognize the capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, implies that you fail to recognize the assets and expenditure. That's it. Next week और हम क्या सीखे? Financial statement of non-corporate entity may be presented either in conventional format or vertical format. That means आप या तो ट्रेडिशनल फॉर्मेट में बना सकते हो जो कि हॉरिजॉन्टल फॉर्म है, हॉरिजॉन्टल फॉर्म में आप फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट बना सकते हो, या फिर वर्टिकल फॉर्म में आप बना सकते हो. हॉरिजॉन्टल वाला फॉर्मेट कौन है, वर्टिकल वाला फॉर्मेट कौन है, आप हमको दिखा दिए. वर्टिकल वाला फॉर्मेट अप डाउन रहेगा, हॉरिजॉन्टल वाला फॉर्म लेफ्ट टू राइट रहेगा, डेबिट क्रेडिट लाइक कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, दीज आर द थिंग्स. नेक्स्ट इज बेसिक कॉस्ट कॉन्सेप्ट्स. हियर आई वांट टू टेक
Yes, sir, you are audible and visible.
yes sir, thanks for confirmation. K Priyanka Patra, Survi Mathur, Seema Naik, are you all there? Hello audience.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next to it, basic cost concept. Okay, I'm resuming my class. Basic cost concepts. That means till now with the sessions we have discussed the financial concepts, financial aspects. Now there's a little bit different things, cost concepts. That means these are the concepts based on the cost accounting, you can say cost accounting. It's very much confirmed that cost accounting comes deeper. Look at one thing. First comes cost accounting, then financial accounting, then financial accounting, then मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग. उससे आगे आपके सिलेबस में कुछ नहीं दिया गया है. हालांकि अकाउंटिंग 10-12 प्रकार के होते हैं. चलिए, कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. दैट मीन्स फर्स्ट you will assemble the cost elements for a particular product, then you will sell those products in the market. Here the financial accounting begins. Then after the sale, purchase, etc., when you will find the results after preparing the final accounts, management accounting job and work is started. मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग के रिजल्ट्स को देख करके डिसीजन लिया जाता है. सो मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग सिंपली मींस अकाउंटिंग फॉर टेकिंग द मैनेजरियल डिसीजंस. So look at basic cost concepts. Cost means what? Cost is a sacrifice of resources. Resources means your land, your material, your labor, expenses. So sacrifice of the resources. This is a definition that come from England. Okay, next to it, according to the British Institute. Yes, I'm saying that this is British Institute of Cost and Works Accountant. Simply means this is the CMA Institute of the London. As we have also CMA institution of the London. Cost is the amount of expenditure, actual or maybe probable, incurred on attributable to a given thing. Simply means यहाँ पर क्या कहा जा रहा है कि cost is anything which is expenditure incurred for preparing this particular product, and all those expenditure can be attributed to this product. Can be attributed. That means can be distributed, can be allocated to this product or a given thing. उसको हम cost मान लेंगे. In other words, cost किसको कहा जाता है? Cost indicates an actual or estimated expenditure, may be direct or indirect हो सकता है, एक job हो सकता है, process हो सकता है, product, service के लिए भी हो सकता है. That means cost can be ascertained for a product, for a job. For job means suppose stitching a shirt. For a process means suppose grinding something. Product or service. Service means as I am teaching you, I may charge some cost. This is like, so cost can be ascertained for a service, for a product, etc. Next is, now look at here. Classification of cost is the most asked question on this chapter. So classification of cost. Write down. Please classify the cost, or which are the various types of cost. This is the most asked question. Long question. Now look at various types of cost are there. अगर functional को हम लेकर के चले तो अलग अलग टाइप के cost है. Identifiable with products तो अलग अलग है. On the basis of variability तो फिर अलग अलग cost है. Now first of all, function. So on the basis of the functions, which are the various types of cost? Now manufacturing cost, very much simple. The cost which are incurred in connection with manufacturing of a product simply means the factory expenses. Factory expenses are called the manufacturing cost. Cost incurred in connection with the office and administration, these are administrative cost. Simply write down office and administration cost. Selling cost, that means the cost which are incurred at the time of selling of the product. Distribution cost, same thing. Distribution means delivery van expenses, advertisement expenses, sales man expenses, etc. So these are the distribution expenses. That means on the basis of function, on the basis of behavior, on the basis of the work, कॉस्ट को क्लासिफिकेशन किया गया है. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए कुछ कॉस्ट होते हैं, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव, सेलिंग, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. नाउ लुक एट हियर. माय प्रेजेंटेशन इज विजिबल?
Yes, sir.
Identifiability with the products. Okay, thanks for your patience for watching this session. Okay, thanks. Now मतलब कुछ होते कि हम देख रहे कि एग्जिट कर दिए ना, someone exited also, someone just kept the mobile phone somewhere else and watching TV also. Understand the point? Look at here. Obviously, if you have missed this session, then you can watch it in the YouTube also. Understand the point? I usually provide the things very much conceptually, and you can say very much practically. It's not practically possible to cover up the entire syllabus, to cover up the concepts fundamentally and conceptually, like the school children, etc. I'm just a counselor. That's it. But from my part, which I can provide you, I just providing with lot of efforts, you can say. For preparing all these slides dedicatedly, it takes hours of time. So you can get out something. I just say you must get
Yeah,
out
these are very
something.
helpful also.
Obviously. So identifiability with the products. Product के साथ identification के हिसाब से cost क्या है? Direct cost, indirect cost. Look at here. Only hints I am giving. Direct cost means directly identified with the product, finished product. Just a single thing, remember, finished product directly identified is the definition of direct cost. What is meant by that? Here I am showing you a computer pen, so you can only see the plastic component. This is the direct part. Now what is the indirect cost? I am saying, what is the indirect cost? Which cannot directly identified with the finished product. Example, this is here a nib. There is a nib, which is a magnetic nib. Understand the points? Okay. Uh, this works with the tablet. So it's not directly identified now. And inside it, cheaper also there. Inside it, that means suppose at the time of assembling this, gum also there, paste also there. So all these things called the indirect cost, that means not directly identified with the finished products. This is the thing. On the basis of identifiability, on the basis of variability, cost कितने प्रकार के होते हैं? Fixed cost, the I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you, audience. Dear. Excuse me. Here I have just to send a message. Okay. On the basis of variability. Next read. Fixed cost. Fixed irrespective of production. For example, suppose for the time being, this is my factory. Whether I'm producing or not, I have to pay factory rent. So this is fixed cost. Next is variable cost. Variable cost is varies with the production. Here I am suggesting the exact meaning and definition of the concepts. You may note down it. The exact hints. Varies with variable cost means varies with the production. Production के साथ vary करेगा. For example, as much as I produce the computer mouses, I need the cabinets. जितने कंप्यूटर माउस हम प्रोडक्शन करेंगे उतने कैबिनेट्स हमको चाहिए. So this is variable cost. Understand the point? जैसे कि raw material. As I will produce more, I need more raw material. So this is the variable cost. Semi-variable cost or semi-fixed. Semi-variable, semi-fixed means part fixed, part variable. Part fixed and part variable. That means ये क्या होता है? आपकी इलेक्ट्रिक बिल, you might have marked that on your electric bill, rupees 40 or 60 is the fixed charge, irrespective of consumption of the units. rupees 50 or 60 that is fixed charge. As your hostel charges, आप hostel में रहते थे, as your hostel charge rupees 100 is the fixed charge irrespective of consumption of the meal. Understand, like this fixed charge. Next to it आप जितना यूनिट्स कंज्यूम करेंगे उस हिसाब से इलेक्ट्रिक बिल बढ़ेगा, जितना मील आप मतलब टेक करेंगे उतना उस हिसाब से आपकी बिल बढ़ेगा. So some part is fixed, some part is variable. This is called semi variable or semi fixed. Step cost, which is the step cost? This graph of this cost goes like this, step to step, step to step. How is it possible? Listen here. Your fixed cost is fixed up to a certain level. When you jump to the next level, the fixed cost will enhance, will increase. When you jump to the next level, your fixed cost will increase. For example, if I have taken a floor for my shop, okay, I'm paying 5,000 rent. I need to enhance my business, I need to enhance my stores. Again, I have to rent, I have to hire another building, so it enhance my rent cost another 5,000 and so on, another 5,000. That means variable costs are there, no problem. But as you expand your business, your fixed costs are also increasing. Fixed costs are fixed up to a certain level of production. Beyond that, that will be enhanced. That's why this is what called step cost. Step cost simply means fix varies, again your fixed cost increases, varies, again your fixed cost increases. Next to it, on the basis of product or period. The product cost, period cost, ये क्या होते हैं? Product cost means the cost which is incurred directly with the products, For example, material. Understand the points? जैसे कि as you will produce the products, you need more and more the material. Period cost means these costs are related to period. For example, monthly rent of my factory, of my office. That means the rent of the factory is not concerned with the production of the product. Rent of the factory is more concerned with the time. As the time duration, you have to pay the cost, you have to bear the cost. तो टाइम के हिसाब से जो कॉस्ट बियर करने पड़ जाएंगे वो पीरियड कॉस्ट, प्रोडक्ट के हिसाब से जो कॉस्ट बियर करने पड़ेंगे वो प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट. बेसिस ऑफ कंट्रोलेबल के बेसिस के हिसाब से कंट्रोलेबल कॉस्ट, अनकंट्रोलेबल कॉस्ट. आई एम गिविंग यू द एग्जांपल. कंट्रोलेबल कॉस्ट आर द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट, फॉर एग्जांपल electricity, or you can say power. If we will use the power with causes and precautions with control, then we can minimize our power. Power means the supplement of the electricity to the machines. There is a difference between electricity and power. Power means input of electricity for the machines. Electricity means lighting, etc. So we can minimize the power, but uncontrollable cost हम बताते हैं. Uncontrollable cost is the rent. So landlord will charge the rent at a fixed amount. You cannot control that. Understand the point? और uncontrollable cost क्या हो सकते हैं? कोई भी abnormal या accidental loss that is beyond your capacity. That is uncontrollable cost. That means we are studying the various types of cost based on the various perspective. So यहाँ पर देखो relevance of decision making के हिसाब से differential cost, sunk cost, imputed cost, opportunity cost. Mark करो 2 marks question guaranteed. You can expect the 2 marks question out of these. Understand the points? All these are the technical things. पहले ये आप पढ़ चुके थे ग्रेजुएशन या 12th में, ये नहीं पढ़े हो. Differential cost. What is meant by the differential cost? Look at here. Cost incurred for different alternatives. Different cost difference for different alternatives. For example, I am giving example. Product A if we'll manufacture product A, we bear the cost 5,000. If we'll produce the product B, we'll bear the cost 6,000. What is the difference? 1,000. 1,000 is called differential cost. 1,000 is called the differential cost. That means a difference of total cost with different alternatives. Sunk cost. Sunk means what? Already sunk down. हमारा बीता हुआ जो पैसा डूब गया है. Sunk cost means एक प्रोजेक्ट में हम 1 लाख इन्वेस्ट किए थे, already sunk, we can't recover. Now आगे, suppose we have a project and project was not successful, not the fruitful, we have not got anything out of that project and 1 lakh last. This is 1 lakh is called the sunk cost or historical cost. The expenditure or loss already made on a project is called sunk cost. Now it is the imputed cost. Imputed cost is a little bit tricky. This is called notional cost, or you can say imaginary cost. Notional cost or imaginary cost. For example, I am saying imputed cost. One example, yes, interest on capital. Interest on capital. This is a concept. That means you have provided the capital and you charge the interest, and you are charging the interest. This is very much notional, you can say. Notional means the imaginary, the fictitious. Yes, businessman charges the interest on the capital because they have provided. Next to it, you can say rent of own building. Rent of own building. That means your own building is being used for your business. Now you are charging rent. You are paying rent on that particular building. This is what called the imputed cost. That means this actually doesn't exist. Your own building, why you will charge the rent for that? What businessmen do that? Understand the point? This is called imputed cost. Opportunity cost. Yes, from the economics background, those who have read economics, they can say the opportunity cost. Now it's your duty. Please, any one of you say what is opportunity cost?
Sir, opportunity cost is the cost which we are not availing due to choosing the other alternative.
Very good. Exactly. That means for foregoing an opportunity, the cost bear by you, borne by you, is the called opportunity cost. Understand? For example, suppose very easy example I wish to give you. Okay. Now suppose you are a shopkeeper. Shopkeeper, you are earning 5,000 profit of the shop. You are a shopkeeper earning 5,000 from the shop. Now you just wish to become a teacher. Obviously you will get the salary of 30,000, suppose 30,000, but here you have to leave, you have to wind up your shop na. So you just losing the 5,000 profit. This is what called the opportunity cost. That means the cost incurred for choosing the next opportunity, which loss you have forgone, that is opportunity cost. एक प्रोडक्ट को छोड़ करके हम दूसरा बनाएंगे जो इनकर हो गया लॉस, दैट इज अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट. तो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कॉस्ट यूनिट एंड कॉस्ट सेंटर, ये दो चीजें देखिए. कॉस्ट यूनिट, कॉस्ट सेंटर. कॉस्ट सेंटर इज द मोस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड एंड इंपॉर्टेंट टू मार्क क्वेश्चन. कॉस्ट यूनिट वेरी मच इजी. You know unit, kg, liter, meter, pieces. That means when we ascertain cost for a particular unit uniformly and identifiable unit, that is called cost per unit. So rupees 2 per kg, this is cost per unit. That means cost per unit means economic activity has to measure in identifiable units, which may serve as the basis of accounting. If we are unavailable with the cost per unit, how can we prepare the cost sheet? How can we estimate? How can we prepare budget? That's why cost unit is important. It is only possible when you will identify the units. Your products must be identifiable in the units like kg, liter, meter, pieces, and you have to ascertain. Cost center, this is a technical thing and ever asked question in the cost accounting. Cost center means very much simple. For which area, note down, for which thing, for which for which area, for which thing, for which aspect, for which unit cost is ascertained. Cost is ascertained and एक वर्ड आप लगाओगे कंट्रोल्ड. जो एरिया के लिए, जो चीज के लिए, जिस मतलब एक प्रोस्पेक्ट से जो यूनिट के लिए हम कॉस्ट एसर्टेन करते हैं, कंट्रोल करते हैं, उसको कॉस्ट सेंटर कहा जाता है. कॉस्ट सेंटर इज मे बी ए लोकेशन, मे बी ए पर्सन, मे बी ए आइटम और ग्रुप ऑफ दिस कॉस्ट ascertained and used for the purpose of control. For example, here I am saying for the mobile phone, cost center is one mobile phone. Understand the point? But for the oil industry, cost center is for one tin box. Understand the point? Suppose for the, you can understand, mines, for the exploration of mines, cost center is 1 metric ton. Now you can understand. For a mines, they do not calculate the cost for a single kg of iron exploration, single quintal or ton of iron exploration. They put all their efforts to calculate the cost of 1 metric ton. So 1 metric ton is the cost center. That means जितने मतलब चीज के लिए कैलकुलेट किया जाता है कॉस्ट, उसको कॉस्ट सेंटर कहा जाता है. और ये कॉस्ट सेंटर में भी एरिया, में भी लोकेशन, में भी पर्सन. Element of cost, left blank. Oh, here I will explain you. That's a left blank. Element of cost. This is another important question. Element of cost. Format. You just have to prepare the format. Understand the point. Element of cost is the question, long question. Look at, you just have to prepare the format, and through the format you have to remember it. There are three elements of the cost. Intentionally left blank to explain you. First one is material, second one is labor, third one is expenses. कोई भी एक प्रोडक्ट पे 3 big elements are there. इसमें कुछ मटेरियल लगा हुआ है, कुछ लेबर लगे हुए हैं. लेबर मीन्स, दैट मीन्स द वेजेस, द लेबर चार्जेस. लेबर डजंट मीन की द पर्सन, लेबर मीन्स लेबर चार्जेस. मटेरियल मीन्स मटेरियल चार्जेस, एंड कुछ खर्चे भी इस पर लगे हुए हैं, जैसे कि टैक्स वगैरह. तो 3 एलिमेंट्स होते हैं कोई भी एक कॉस्ट पे, और ये सारे के सारे बहुत डायरेक्ट एंड इनडायरेक्ट होते हैं. डायरेक्ट मटेरियल, indirect material, labor, direct labor, indirect labor, expenses, direct expenses, indirect expenses. That means based on elements, this is the classification. Material, direct material, indirect material already studied. Now direct material means the material directly identified with the finished good. Indirect means cannot be identified. Labor means directly we can ascertain, directly we can identify the labor cost with the product. Understand? And expenses also, direct expenses, that means the expenses which are directly involved with this pen is called the direct expenses. Now by aggregating direct expenses, direct labor and the direct expenses, we got the prime cost. That means first of all, when assemble all the direct material, direct labor and direct expenses, we got the prime cost. Understand the point? That means the prime cost of this pen. But besides that, so many costs are there on and above the prime cost. On and above the prime cost, so many costs are there. For example, I'm saying one thing, direct labor, the labor जो इस पेन को डायरेक्ट बना रहा है वो डायरेक्ट लेबर है. इनडायरेक्ट लेबर मींस द सिक्योरिटी व्हिच स्टैंडिंग in front of the factory gate, that is indirect labor. He is not associated with this pen, but he is also working in the factory. So like this, prime cost के ऊपर जो भी खर्चे होंगे, so indirect material, indirect labor and indirect expenses को जोड़ करके हम उसको ओवरहेड कहते हैं. So overhead कहते हैं. So these are the two things. Remember, this is a long question. Simply remember the format and later on you have to explain. Nothing else. When you finished explaining up to the overhead, this become a 12-mark long question. So remember this format: material, labor, expenses, direct, indirect, direct, indirect, direct, indirect. By assembling all the direct cost, we got the prime cost, means the prathamic cost. Next is overhead. Why it is called overhead? Because on and above the prime cost it is expensed. So this is the performance of the cost sheet. So a cost कैसे? I'm getting back to you. I'm coming back. Performance of the cost sheet. Now cost sheet of कोई भी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नेम रहेंगे. फॉर द मंथ ऑफ जून 2020, आउटपुट इन 1000 यूनिट्स, मान लो 1000 यूनिट्स कुछ लिखे हुए हैं, टोटल 4 यूनिट्स. फर्स्ट रॉ मटेरियल कंजप्शन. कॉस्ट शीट सिंपली मींस व्हाट इज कॉस्ट शीट? शीट, a sheet format for calculating the total cost as well as cost per unit. So a format prepared for the total cost as well as cost per unit is called the cost sheet. Understand the point? Next week.
Sir, once again, please repeat what is cost sheet.
Yes, write down. A format or sheet prepared, format or sheet prepared for calculating total cost as well as cost per unit. तो एक कॉस्ट जैसे निकालेगा, सपोज द प्राइस ऑफ दिस फोन इज 40,000, सपोज 30,000 or 40,000. Next to it, how we can ascertain the cost? How the company has ascertained the cost? Now first raw material. Okay, first arrange the raw material, opening stock, closing stock, etc. Next to it, look at direct labor, direct expenses. So direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, I already stated that comes with the prime cost. So कुछ prime cost हो गया. Next to it, on and above prime cost, all are called the overhead, already stated. So first of all, factory overhead. Factory overhead means factory expenses. जो भी factory expenses है, rent, depreciation, power, lighting, factory expenses सब से आएंगे. That means near cost. First of all, we need the factory to manufacture a good. That's why first of all we have to include the factory cost. Okay. तो डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट, प्राइम कॉस्ट के बाद फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट आता है. इसको ओवरहेड इसलिए कहा जाता है क्योंकि ऑन एंड अबव एंड ओवर प्राइम कॉस्ट इज एक्सपेंस. देन विल गेट द वर्क्स कॉस्ट. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस फॉर्मेट. नेक्स्ट इट ऑफिस एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेस. ऑफिस एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंस ऐड हो जाएंगे द कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन. नेक्स्ट इट add opening stock of finished good less closing stock of finished good. Suppose we already have finished good stock, then opening stock add होते हैं हमेशा, closing stock less होते हैं, ये आपको आज यूजुअल पता ही है. Next, cost of goods sold. You will find the cost of goods sold, which was ascertained in manufacturing account also. Manufacturing account also, but that is from the accounting point of view. This is from the cost accounting point of view. There is difference. Very much simple. Next to it, next selling and distribution overhead. Selling and distribution overhead next आप add करोगे तो हमको मिलेगा cost of sales, or else you can say the total cost. Very much simple. I am repeating. First one is raw material, second one is factory cost, third is office and administrative overheads, for the selling and distribution overhead. These are the 4 types of expenses. When we assemble all the types of expenses, finally we get the price of this product. Okay, next to it, suppose the total cost comes with 5,000 and the total selling price is the 6,000. Then here we earned a profit of 1,000. This is earned, we profited 1,000. The cost accounting is not meant for ascertaining the profit, but still we just calculate the probable cost of a particular product, because companies always from the very beginning wish to know the profit of a product, otherwise production ही क्यों होगा. Statement of quotation. You know, when you will go to the furniture shop and you will ask for the 100 chairs, the shopkeeper may not directly deliver the 100 chairs. It will issue a quotation. What is meant by quotation? The quotation is simply means a sheet where you will find the estimate, the probable cost and elements of the cost. Probable estimate or elements of the cost आपको मिल जाएंगे. The manufacturer sometimes may be asked to quote price supply particular article with certain specification. Quotation refers to quoting the minimum price for obtaining a specific order. Two things are there. Quotation is prepared with the specification, that means the item specification, and quotation doesn't mean that we will get the products exactly at that price. This is the minimum price. Charges are there, labor charges are there, taxes are there, carriages are there, so many things are there. So this is the minimum price at which we can provide the goods. This is what called the quotation. Methods of costing यहाँ पर बता देते हैं हम methods of costing, और हम यहाँ पर ठीक है ज्वाइंट अप करेंगे. Methods of costing आप देख लीजिए एक बार. That means various types of costings are there. Various types of costing. Number one is job costing. It is done for the job works or job order. Job works or job order. ये job costing which traders are or businessmen use the job costing technology, those who keep the job order or work order. For example, order for making furniture. Next, order for making ornaments. Understand the point? That means we are placing one order, one job to a particular businessman. That's why it applies the job costing. Now, what is the technique of job costing? For each job, suppose Mr. X placed one work order, Mr. Y placed one work order. Each job has unique order ID, unique job card, expenses, revenues, profits are calculated separately. तो हर एक जॉब के लिए expenses, profits, etc. कैलकुलेट होते हैं separately. This is what called job costing. Very much simple. You are placing an order for making furniture, Y also, Z also. For the 3 persons, for the 3 job, 3 cards will be prepared. Separately, 3 cards will be prepared. And for each job card, expenditure, revenue and profits will be entered separately. Next to it, contract costing. Very much easy. It is used for the contractors. Contractors use करते हैं. Contractors, it is a long-term cost accounting because contracts are generally run for 3 to 5 years. It is long-term in position. It is prepared in T for. Contract account is prepared. With debit and credit. That means contract costing is little bit accounting. जॉब कॉस्टिंग कोई भी अकाउंट्स नहीं बनाए जाते, सिंपली जॉब कार्ड के जरिए होता है. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉस्टिंग में एक फॉर्मेट होता है, उसका नाम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अकाउंट, डेबिट क्रेडिट होता है, कि बहुत लंबा चलता है 3 to 5 years. एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉस्टिंग में कॉन्ट्रैक्टर यूज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स कौन होते हैं? इरेक्शन ऑफ buildings, bridges, dams, etc. Batch costing. Next to it, batch costing. Batch costing in simply means when production is made on batches. For example, you can say the medicines. You can say the medicines, the tablets, etc. When you, I have not tablet palette. Understand the point? When you turn upside down a tablet palette, understand the point? You can see there is a BTCH number. You can find BTCH number 03222 by 2020. That means this is the batch number of this particular medicine. So medicines are prepared in the batches. Why it is so? Because suppose if there is any problem with a particular batch, suppose for the chemical composition or the medicinary composition, the composition becomes bad, the composition won't work, so that will be hazardous for the human being. That's why they are prepared in the batches. If anything gone wrong with that batch, they are not up to mark. The entire batch is withdrawn from the shopkeeper again. That's why for identifying the batches separately, a batch number is assigned on the bottom of the medicine pile. You can say this is what called batch costing. तो batch costing वो यूज करते हैं जो batch में goods को production करते हैं. Unit costing are there, process costing are there, operating costing are there, multiple costing. Just 2-3 things left. Let's finish it. Just I will take 2 to 3 minutes. Unit costing here means per unit cost जब निकाले जाते हैं per unit. Very much easy. Listen. Suppose obviously the mobile phone. Why is it so? Mobile are not produced in batches. Mobiles are prepared separately. Mobiles के कोई batch number नहीं होते हैं. Mobile कोई contract costing नहीं होता है. When costs are calculated for single unit, this is called unit costing. So when it is possible, when separately identified products, जब आपके पास separately identified products होंगे, that means all are uniform in nature. Write down, uniform in nature. Production is going on continuous manner में production चल रहा है. All the products are uniform in nature, and all products can be identified separately. Then cost is calculated for a particular product only. This is called unit costing. When we apply the process costing, when our production goes in different processes. For example, paper industry. Paper industry first woods, log of woods, पेड़ पौधे से पेपर होता है. Log of woods are cut down into pieces. Then they are chopped. Then they are grinded. Then they are pasted. Understand the points? Then color mix होता है. And finally you will get a big size of paper. Understand the points? Very much big size of paper. Then they are cut down into pieces. Then they make the copies and books. That means process costing, for each process we ascertain the cost for each process. Process 1, process 2, process 3, process 4, process 5. For each process we ascertain the cost, not for the paper, not for the entire big size of paper. For each process ascertain होता है. Operating costing simply means service costing. That means this is used for the service provider. Write down, doctors, lawyers, okay, transport business, hotel business. That means those who operate their business through the services. So they charge the cost for the services, not for the products. Next is multiple costing. Very easy. Write down. more than one costing technique. जब more than one costing technique apply होता है, that is called multiple costing. Suppose ऐसा एक बिजनेस है जहां पर जॉब कॉस्टिंग प्लस यूनिट कॉस्टिंग प्लस प्रोसेस कॉस्टिंग भी होता है. Yes, they may, because they have a big business, they have big manufacturing concern. For some department they using job costing, for some department they use unit costing, or for a particular product they use all the three methods. This is called multiple costing. So multiple costing means applying many types of costing methodology. Uniform costing simply means uniform costing for the industry. For the industry, all the firms prevail the same costing technique. Suppose all the firms, they do not define their own style of costing, which is followed by our industry, that is automatically followed by us. This is called uniform costing.
Sir, please repeat uniform costing once again.
Yes, write down. For all the firms in an industry, same costing technique is prevailed. This is called uniform costing. That means आपकी खुद का कोई भी costing technique नहीं है. You just copy that. Next to it. Okay, second session summary. But we have learnt cost data is required for organization for the purpose of ascertaining profit and loss. Cost के data आपको क्यों चाहिए? To ascertain the profit and loss periodically. You need the profit and loss out of that product. That's why you need the cost data. No cost means you can't calculate the profit. Cost can be classified in various ways. In the behavior also, function also, unit also, direct indirect relationship also. Cost can be classified in various ways. Cost unit of a product, service or time in relation to which may cost ascertained or expressed. A cost unit is a unit of product or service or time in relation to which cost may be ascertained or expressed. एक यूनिट वो होता है जो सर्विस टाइम और प्रोडक्ट के हिसाब से आप एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो. मेन कंपोनेंट ऑफ द टोटल कॉस्ट क्या होता है ना? प्राइम कॉस्ट, वार कॉस्ट, कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन एंड द कॉस्ट ऑफ द सेल्स. ये मेन कंपोनेंट ऑफ द टोटल कॉस्ट. कोई भी प्रोडक्ट के टोटल कॉस्ट में क्या क्या होते हैं? प्राइम कॉस्ट होते हैं, वार कॉस्ट होते हैं, कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स. देयर आर वेरियस मेथड्स ऑफ कॉस्टिंग: जॉब कॉस्टिंग, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉस्टिंग, multiple costing, batch costing, etc. Understand the points? So with this, so many things are there, but due to the time constraint,